I decided to try mac and cheese by cooking some pasta, adding some low-fat fresh mozzarella and give everything a stir. Well, as expected, that didn't turn out very appetizing. The cheese is just not melting and turns into a clumpy, not good looking mess. There are many reasons why some cheeses don't melt as well, in particular low moisture, low fat, aged cheese, or also the acidity in, for example, feta or ricotta cheese. That is the reason why normally you have to start with an emulsifier like a bechamel sauce with butter, milk and flour that will make a creamy cheese sauce but also add tons of calories. But there is a way to melt every single cheese without adding any calories at all, and it's this white substance called sodium citrate. Sodium citrate is used in foods or drinks like soda and has preservative, flavoring agent and especially emulsifying properties, which is the reason why American cheese melts so well. So I just added a tiny bit of sodium citrate into my pan and look at this. Perfectly melted low-fat cheese. You can use this ingredient to make a cheese sauce out of literally every cheese that you want, like non-fat cheddar, aged Gouda, or the low-fat mozzarella that I'm using. You just have to add 2 grams of sodium citrate for every 100 grams of cheese and a little bit of water. So to make a high-protein mac and cheese, I use 60 grams of low-fat mozzarella that is very high in protein, and also I like to add 1 slice of American that has 50 calories, chop it up and combine both cheeses. Because this weighs around 100 grams, I prepare 2 grams of sodium citrate. Next is the pasta. Calorie-wise, dry pasta is pretty much the same, but there are differences in protein content. Regular pasta comes in with around 11 grams of protein, chickpea pasta with 20 grams, and red lentil pasta has 25 grams of protein. But today I decided to use 100 grams of regular dried pasta. Then, instead of boiling a big pot of water, I will try out a new technique to cook creamier pasta. I just placed a cold pan on top of the stove, I added the pasta, then cold water until everything is covered, around 750 ml. Now, because this is such a small amount of water, I will start with only 1 teaspoon of salt to prevent this from being too salty. Switch on high heat, and now it's super important that you stir occasionally the pasta for the first couple of minutes to prevent everything from sticking. Now, this technique has 2 major benefits. First, you save energy because you don't need to preheat tons of water, and second, the pasta releases starches when it gets cooked, what is a wonderful emulsifier and the reason you see chefs saving always pasta water for their sauces. And because this is not a lot of water, you will get a super concentrated starchy water that will turn everything into a creamy goodness. As soon as the pasta is ready, I will save some water and drain the rest in the sink. Then everything gets back into the pan. Then I will add in the sodium citrate and dissolve everything. I will add in the cheese, followed up by a couple of cranks of black pepper, garlic powder and also onion powder, and now I will stir everything on low heat until it becomes a super creamy cheese sauce made out of literally every cheese that you like. I mean, look at this gooey goodness. Now if it's too thick, just add a little bit of water, and if you want more cheesy, well then add more cheese. Now the macros for the entire recipe are 492 calories, 77 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat and 27 grams of protein. If you use the red lentil pasta, however, you will get to 42 grams of protein. And I would really appreciate a click on the like button if you enjoyed the video or maybe even learned something. Check this playlist with other 500 calorie meals out and see you in the next video.